Here at Autzen Stadium as the bright lightning yellow Oregon Ducks come out onto the field here to take on Washington State in front of 58,000 here at Autzen Stadium. Just a perfect day. Hey, this is the middle of July, isn't it?
Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Great football weather.
Little chill in the air, but a perfect day. No wind to speak of, just a light little breeze blowing, and should be just a perfect day for football. And how are these two teams going to respond? The big question here today. Oregon with a week off. Washington State coming off a tough loss against Arizona State at home in his 5th season, right around 500. Fans are starting to bark a little bit over in Pullman about Bill Doba. Let's see whether or not he'll be able to get something going here at the end of the year. On the other side, how about Mike Bellotti? He has a great winning percentage at 62%, and he'll be looking for win number 101 now, as he is the dean of head coaches in the Pac-10, putting himself in America along with John Robinson, John McKay, Don James, and Terry Donahue, a few of the other great coaches in Pac-10 history.
Those are some great coaches right there.
Oregon will kick it off. Washington State won the toss. They will receive. Back deep for the Cougars, Jeshua Anderson. We'll also see him on offense for Oregon. Matt Evenson lined up to kick it off. And let's take a look at today's Northwest Dodge Dealers keys to the game in just a minute.
Well, protect the pigskin. You have to protect the football. No turnovers. Very important. Also, confuse the Cougars. Offense, run the ball, pass the ball. And last, solid special teams. We'll see you right here.
First kickoff goes out of bounds, and that's not the way Oregon, of course, wants to start it, by giving Washington State the ball at the 35-yard line. They may ask him to re-kick it. We'll see. I always think with the ball being kicked now from the 30-yard line, it's a better...
By the kicking team, first down from the 35-yard line.
It's usually a better option to go ahead and make him kick it off again, but they'll take it to the 35. And we'll get a message down to the official to look our way next time. Here he is, Alex Brink, the all-time leader in yards, completions, attempts, and his first game at Autzen Stadium as a college player. He played here in high school a few times. Over at Sheldon High School, a big day for young Alex Brink. Cougars will try to run it on first down. Nothing doing, maybe a couple of yards. Tardy on the carry for 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Here's what Washington State has. Tardy, Bumpus, Charles Dillon, Jed Collins, Brandon Gibson injured, but he's out there trying to make a go out of it here today. Number 4, he's one of the best players in the Pac-10. Lusuma, Bird, Alfred, Rollins, and Hannum on the offensive line for the Cougars. 2nd down and 8. Brink's going to throw it for the first time. Rolls to the outside, has a man who gets hit immediately. And let's see where they spot it. Still haven't got up to the ball to spot it yet. They'll finally spot it right near the 45. It's going to be 3rd and about a half a yard. Nick Reed needs to get some fingers, some hands on Alex Brink. Oregon didn't touch him hardly at all last year when he went 20 of 23. There are the linebackers. And in the secondary, Oregon set with Baird, Chung, Harper, and Walter Thurman. And that was a big key. And a roughing the passer penalty on Oregon here on that last play, as Brink rolled out, so that'll be 15 more yards and a first down, and the Cougars are in Oregon territory now.
Well, I think that was on Jeremy Gibbs, number 99. Jeremy Gibbs is a very aggressive football player, but at times he gets himself in trouble. Too much excitement trying to hit somebody a little bit late. He has to be a smart football player. Use your aggressiveness out there, but be smart. You can't go out there and hit a quarterback late because it's going to hurt the football team.
His numbers coming in this year, Alex Brink, you can see he has 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Last year, as I mentioned, he was 20 of 23 in that game against Oregon and looked like Tom Brady or Joe Montana, and they didn't sack him. Little movement on the offensive line for Washington State, and that'll move it back 5 yards. But Anthony, let's talk about that. I'm sure that they talked all week about getting to Alex Brink.
False start, number 41 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
The thing about Alex Brink is that you have to put pressure on him. He's a pocket passer, and by getting pressure on him with just your 4th down lineman is great. But I see that Oregon may also blitz some linebackers. You can't have him standing in the pocket throwing to 3 good receivers with a lot of time.
1st and 15. Crowd bringing down some noise now. Here's Brink out of the shotgun. comes a little pressure. Now he gets away from one, throws, and that one is going to be incomplete. As he started to get a little pressure to break and had to scramble out.
Well, that's what I'm talking about with the pressure. Alex Brink is not a scrambler. He can't scramble and throw the football on the run. He wants to stay in the pocket. If he stays in the pocket, he's a very good passer. And right here, he's getting flushed out. Downfield coverage, nice coverage. Jeremy Gibbs, the first defensive guy there. And then Kwame right there. Great play by Patrick Chung on the deflection.
Here's a 2nd and 15 for the young man from he grew up about a mile and a half from here. Was an Oregon fan growing up, but not offered a scholarship. This time he has plenty of time, throws it to the outside, and has a man for 6 yards on the far side. That's Charles Dillon making the catch.
Last year in this football game, Washington State hurt them with the tight ends. Keep an eye on number 41, Jed Collins. Jed Collins is coming in his role as a tight end. He's the guy that Alex Brink talks about when you interview him.
3rd down and 9. Big play here to start the game. Just a couple of minutes gone here in the first quarter. Cougars are 5th in the conference. Little delayed rush. Brink gets hit, but he has a man and the first down inside the 30. He just took a blast from Kenny Rowe, but he delivered it.
It's all about timing. It's all about timing. And Alex Brink knew he was going to take a shot, was able to get rid of the football just in time. And that's how Alex can hurt you, by standing in the pocket. If he will stand in the pocket, he will hurt you downfield.
Cougars scored on their opening drive at USC, and then that was it for the game. Time to do it here again today on the road in Eugene in front of 58,000. They'll run it to the outside. Little hole there for Tardy as he squirts through for 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up. They have not been good running the ball, Anthony. They've really had to rely a lot on Brink. 8th in the conference running the ball.
Well, Tardy's not a big running back. He's about 5'11", 200 pounds. He's not a pounder. They run that one-back offense, so there's not a whole lot of holes. I think this football team is a passing football team. They'll throw the ball 50 times during the game.
Santa Fe Springs, California. Not very tall. He can try to hide behind those big offensive linemen. Brink on the rollout. Plenty of time over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Ducks, and a big return is possible. Still on his feet. John Bacon all the way to the 42-yard line.
Now he brought out some of his old running back skills right there, Joe. John Bacon, you know, the middle linebacker for this football team. First year starting this year, but had a lot of playing time on special teams. But right here, he reads the quarterback. Look at the break on the ball by the middle linebacker. Comes back, makes a one-handed grab, and now watch the running skills. This is old high school. He was an old high school fullback / tailback, you know, little cutback, protect the football, looking downfield. Look at the vision. He's looking downfield.
Yeah, most linebackers just run it out of bounds or fall over tired. He was still running it. Put that Mohawk to good use, and what a big play by the Oregon defense and the linebackers we've talked so much about. Huge play by John Bacon. And now the Ducks will have their first possession at the 42-yard line. They'll run it. Big hole to the 30. First play of the game. Jeremiah Johnson into the end zone for the touchdown.
All you can say is wow. Wow. Take advantage of the opportunity. You turn the ball over, then you get hurt by the turnover. And look at the run. Little trap play. Jeremiah Johnson hits it right down the middle. Max Unger makes a great block on the linebacker, and off number 24 is running.
What a turn of events there. Washington State driving down the field, and then the defense makes a play, and now Oregon leads it 6-0 after one offensive play. The second time this year they've scored on their first offensive play of the game. Jeremiah Johnson finds the hole and takes it into the end zone. The Autzen crowd is loving it here with 11:38 to go. Welcome back, everyone. That sure put a charge in the Autzen crowd here.
Sure did.
The last time they saw Oregon run an offensive play, it was that heartbreak against Cal, and this is a little different. This puts everybody on the goods.
Well, then you see Jeremiah Johnson right here. He's going to get the football, and he's off. He's running to the left-hand side. There's going to be the great block by Max Unger, and then he goes off. Not even a block by Jason Williams, just getting in the way for Jeremiah Johnson to get to the outside. It's a great execution by the offense.
Untouched, 42 yards in one play, and now another kickoff. This one will go deep into the end zone, and a touchback. And the fans love it.
Oh.
Matt Evenson.
It's been a long time since that happened, hasn't it?
How about that? He got his leg into it. A little breeze behind him. Kick the line drive there. And so now, this time, the Cougars will start from their own 20-yard line. A little bit of a regroup situation here for the Cougars.
Well, looking at the Cougars, their offense, they moved the football down the field. I mean, they did some nice things, throwing the football, a little bit of run. But again, Alex Brink, very good quarterback. You give him time to throw the football. He gets comfortable in the pocket. He will hurt you.
Little short drop. It's tipped and harmlessly falls to the turf in a very dangerous area.
Well, and Oregon was lucky on that one because there was a receiver, Bumpus, I think was wide open on this. He's getting ready to throw the ball, and I think it was David Fayette knocked that ball down, and that's a great job for David because he's not that tall. 5'11", 6 feet.
Second down and 10 now. Cougars go with a double tight set. Looks like they might be coming off the edge here, Anthony. Tardy tries to carry it outside. He cuts it back for a couple yards and is buried under. They'll give him 2 on the play and a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Great pursuit by the defense, and me being a fellow player and kind of being somewhat of a coach my kids' team, I like a lot of yellow jerseys near the ball carrier. You got to get 11 guys to the ball carrier. And right here, you see the yellow jerseys running to the ball carrier. Even though they had a chance to make the tackle in the backfield, they're the guy. 6, 7 guys right there on tardy. That's what you need.
3rd down and 8. That's just going to rush the 4. Brink over the middle. This one's caught for a 1st down and more. Out over the middle. The big tight end, Jed Collins, has the catch, and the Cougars move the chains. Almost intercepted, very similar to the play that was picked with the linebacker there.
It was, but Jed Collins is the go-to guy on 3rd down. Alex Brink and Jed Collins, they've become close friends. So anytime you have a good friend that's a receiver, you're going to give him the rock. You're going to feed him.
Closed captioning for today's game has been provided by the Oregon Sports Network. 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 37 now. Brink, little play action, throws it to the outside and drops. Ducks go after the ball like it's free, and now they say incomplete. The ball was thrown forward. Cougars had it blocked. They just couldn't get the ball out there.
Well, he was getting ready to go. Bumpus is a good runner in open field. When the ball's in his hands, you have to really watch him. But again, I think that's a long throw. It's from the far hash line to the sideline.
Little fog creeping around the stadium right now. No shadows on the field because of that. Again, another play action. They turn him in. Brink goes down the field, and it's caught. A great catch is made down at the 25-yard line. And the Cougars are threatening again. Anderson made a great catch.
Well, that was a great catch by Anderson. I thought the ball was way over his head. Nice play action. Little boot package right here to throw the football deep out and in front of the receiver. Let the receiver go get the football. Great extension. And right here, watch the extension. Catch him with the fingertips. Look the ball in. Tuck it away. Nice job by Anderson.
Caught the back of the ball. And, well, Brink already has 80 yards. So that's what they do. They throw for a lot of yards. They're going to throw all day. Try Tardy just to keep some things honest, and he'll pick up a yard. They're a throwing team, though. They'll throw it 50 times today.
And that's why. I mean, they'll average 21, 28 points a game because they throw the football. The ball's in the air, so the Oregon secondary will be challenged today. And I think it's a good matchup with the Oregon secondary and the Washington State receivers. I think it's a pretty even matchup.
Has that feeling of being a wild one, doesn't it? Ducks have been close to getting a sack or turning him in, or already got the 1 interception. time he looks to the outside, flares one up high. It's caught right down on the 3-yard line. Inbounds. Dillon makes the catch down in the corner.
Alex Brink is throwing the ball on the money. He might be energized because he's playing at home, but look at this catch. I mean, but the ball is right on the money. It's out and away from the defensive back. Walter Thurman has no chance to get this ball. It's on the other side of the receiver, so it's a great throw by Alex Brink.
Cougars first and goal, trying to tie it up here at the 2-yard line. He'll keep it on the rollout. Now he's looking, trying to get away. Just kind of flutters the ball out of the pocket and not across the line of scrimmage. That's going to be intentional grounding.
That's right. And there was no receiver. They're trying to point to a receiver that was close, but I don't think Anderson, who he's pointing to, was close enough.
They're still trying to talk about it.
That's why Bill Doba's yelling on the sideline.
They're way out on the field. Bill Doba's arguing it.
Intentional grounding. Number 11 on the offense. Loss of down at the spot of the throw. Second down.
And it's a giant penalty because it's
a giant because you lose the
18-yard and the down.
And the down. And you see right here the pressure by Nick Reed. And Reed does a great job of not jumping, but just putting his hands up. And then looking for the receiver. Look at Nick Reed. He's happy for that one.
So that changes the dynamic just a little bit. Cougars show double tights here. Brink trying to change the play. 5 on the play clock. Straight to throw. Plenty of time. Over the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted! Jerome Boyd with the interception.
And guess who Brink was going to throw the ball to? Trying to get it to 41, Jed Collins. Jerome Boyd was all over Jed Collins on that play. Brink tried to force that football. Big mistake by an experienced quarterback.
So the Cougars move it all the way down to the 2-yard line, and they can't get it in. Ducks with their second interception of the day. We'll be back to Autzen right after this. Well, here we are back at Autzen Stadium, everyone. Oregon leads at 7-0. They have the ball again to run their second play of the game. 9:02 to go. I'd like to welcome all of you watching around the state of Oregon. Our flagship, KEZI 9 in Eugene, KDRV in Medford, KOHD, the brand new ABC affiliate over in Central Oregon, KDKF, Klamath Falls, Comcast in Portland, and GoDucks.com. Welcome to all of you watching on all these fine stations around the state of Oregon. We welcome you to Autzen Stadium as Oregon leads at 7-0 here in the first quarter. Dixon out of the shotgun. They'll hand the ball off to Jonathan Stewart. Stewart now tries to get the corner, and can he turn it on? Stewart across to the 25-yard line and out of bounds at the 28.
Offensive line is just blocking like crazy, Joe. Unbelievable. Look at that later on.
Let's try to get the starting lineups in. Ducks big play offense. Stewart, Williams, Ed Dixon's emerging, Anthony.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Big time tight end.
Colvin, of course, coming back after the game against Cal, where he also scored a touchdown.
On the offense. 10-yard penalty.
There's a holding on that play as well, as you saw Oregon's offensive line.
First down.
Maybe with all those yellow jerseys down there, we didn't see the flag.
We didn't talk about the yellow jerseys. That's some bright yellow jerseys out there. Makes them look fast.
Yeah, didn't see the flag. The flag was actually thrown at the 16-yard line. So they'll mark it back at the 6-yard line. It'll still be first down. So the way it starts is we'll be 1st and 9 now after that penalty. Wipes out a heck of a run by Jonathan Stewart. Dixon out of the shotgun now. And now another whistle.
False start. Number 61 on the offense. Half the distance of the goal. Remains first down.
So they'll move it back. Boy, it's a little math quiz. Now it's going to be 1st and 13. Washington State's defense, they have struggled mightily this year. Lance Brodus was recruited heavily by Oregon and committed once, and now is at Washington State. Andy Mattingly, the sophomore linebacker, and young and have been really worked over in the secondary so far this season. They'll stretch this one out. Stewart looking for some room, and they'll find just a little bit across the 5 to the 7-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up.
That was a good little run that Stewart had to be very patient. He could have ran himself out to the sideline and ran out of bounds, but he stopped and was trying to wait for that hole to open, and nothing opened. But that's what you want for a running back, patience.
Ducks haven't thrown the ball yet. They'll try to work that edge. Against the Cougars running it. Now Dixon will throw for the first time out over the middle. Jason Williams has the catch. He ducks under and dives across the 25 for the 26-yard line for the first down.
You know, Jason Williams needs to really step up. He's a playmaker, no doubt about that. He has all the size and speed, 6'5", 240 pounds. He's only a junior from Inglewood, California. This guy can play. I mean, he can play at the next level if he decides to. It's all a mental thing for Jason Williams.
One thing about this offense, when you start to move the chains, Anthony, that's when it gets awful tough on a defense.
Yeah.
With the pace of things. Little fake, they'll throw it to the outside. Colvin has a block, and then he falls and twists forward to the 30-yard line, and he's down. The ball came out. Colvin is slow to get up.
I don't think it's good. He twisted his ankle pretty bad on this. And watch his ankle right there.
He gets landed on.
That's not good.
Boy, what tough luck it's been for Cameron Colvin.
And he knew right away when he hurt his ankle. He knew. I don't think that's good.
We'll take a break here as they look at Cameron Colvin's ankle, and we'll be back to Watson Stadium right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Oregon leads at 7-0 as they continue to look at Cameron Colvin, who hurt his right ankle. Here's an injury report where it is right now. Of course, the Ducks coming in with Stewart and Strong both playing so far. The Ducks back on the ball, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. On the option, a lot of room out there for Jeremiah Johnson. Make it Stewart. Stewart, who is out there. Both Stewart and Johnson on the field at the same time. And Stewart will carry it to the 47 and get a first down.
Well, I think it was a great block by the receiver, and I think it might have been Derek Jones to the right of your screen. There's a little pitch. He's out there by himself. And look at Derek Jones. Cut the guy down, take the guy out, and it gives room for Jeremiah Johnson, or Stewart, excuse me, to get some more yards. Can't tell the numbers there.
I'll take that one. That was my fault. I put it in your head. 1st and 10 for the Ducks now as they've moved it out from their 5-yard line after another interception. Dixon to throw. Plenty of time as he looks around, looking downfield, and he drops one over the top, looking for Garen Strong, but too far outside, and now gives us a chance to talk a little bit about that injury situation. Of course, Pazinger out for the year. A.J. Tuatelli out probably for the regular season. Now Cameron Colvin on the far side, and they'll look at him, which is just you can't believe the bad luck for Cameron Colvin. He's just had, at every step of the way, something bad has seemed to happen for him, and he's such a good guy, he's good disposition about him. Hopefully he'll be okay and he'll be able to come back. Here's Dixon now, gonna run it. Dixon has some room, and he kind of huddles down near the first down, right at the 42, and it looks like he'll have the first down and move the chains. Average is 5.5. He's got 5 touchdowns on the ground, 300 for the season.
Well, that's why he's a quarterback that's so dangerous. He's another running back in the backfield. If he gets outside the pocket, look out, because he may run or throw the football deep. He has a very strong arm as well.
1st and 10 in Washington State territory now. That's Jeremiah Johnson in motion. They'll run the option. Back to Stewart again. Stewart trying to get a full head of steam. Gets a good block out there and picks up 7 yards on the play. They just went right back to it, Anthony.
Yeah, and again, another great block by a different receiver. The first time it was Derek Jones. This time it was Garen Strong, number 21. The receivers like to block, and they can block. A lot of times receivers don't want to block anybody. They just want to catch footballs and look all nice and pretty and get in the end zone and dance. But these guys are physical. And you see right here to the right, you'll see number 21, Garen Strong, making the block right in front of you. Just get in front of the receiver, defensive back.
Dixon throws a tough one to the outside. It's caught by Aaron Pflugrad, who goes up and makes a nice catch and takes it down to the 21-yard line.
It's a nice catch by the young freshman, Aaron Pflugrad. Watch him go back and get this football. Don't wait on it. Go back and get it. Concentration. That's the thing they said about him coming out of high school, excuse me. He can catch the football. You throw it near him, he will catch it. Kind of reminds me of a Mike Hass.
From Sheldon High School here in town, making a nice catch and withstanding the contact and then picking up some more yards as well. Dixon, little play action, he gets hit, he fumbles the ball and gets it back somehow. That's the old cue ball, like when you're playing pool, you got to rack it. Lucky to get it back.
Lucky to get it back. You know, that football's not round, so it will bounce funny. Bounce right back to him. He had those long arms to go back and stay under the pile, but yet bring the football back to him.
They're taking Colvin into the locker room on a trailer. That's what the ovation is for, down on that end. The fans trying to put their arms around him. They'll take him up and get him an x-ray right away. Second down and 19. Stewart will pick up a couple and pull the line up to the 27-yard line and set up a 3rd and long here.
Well, with this wide open offense that Oregon has, this is a good situation to be in, even though it's 3rd and long. Some of the plays, some of the passing plays are long passing plays. If you give Dixon time to throw the football, it could hurt the Cougar defense.
Ducks will spread it out here. 5. Cougars are going to come. Now Dixon looks over to the far side. There's 5 left on the play clock here. And then now a timeout. I think it's going to be a timeout called by Washington State.
Timeout, Washington State. Their first of the half.
They didn't like what they saw. Might have been a little bit misaligned. Although I think they were coming after Dixon. They had more guys than Oregon had to block.
Well, it's smart by Bill Doba to call a timeout. If it's not set up, you don't want to go in the hole right now. 14-0 against a very powerful offense. So call the timeout, get everybody straight, understand who has who.
This has been a good drive, Anthony. It started all the way down at the 5. It withstood a holding penalty.
Yeah.
Ducks will be on the road next week against the Washington Huskies. In real time, that game's going to kick off at 4:30 in Seattle. So if you're driving up to the game to Husky Stadium, a 4:30 kick, unusual start time. And the Ducks will get a look at Jake Locker. Huskies taking on Arizona State today. To see what comes out of that one.
Playing up at Husky Stadium, it's always a tough deal playing up there. It's always cold, wet, right off that lake.
3rd down, 15. Ducks come and spread it out. Cougars, a lot of guys in the box right here. 7 guys right in. Now they'll spread it a little bit. Ducks seem to have some one-on-one matchups out there. Dixon can get rid of the ball. Here they come. He throws it outside, but he throws it short to Pflugrad. And I think Oregon had the right play there. They had one-on-one matchups at all 4 receiver positions.
Yeah, they did. It was a good matchup, good call. It was up to Pflugrad if he would have caught that ball to break the tackle. It's one-on-one. Anytime you have a receiver one-on-one with the defensive back in space, and this is right here, it would have been a good pass in space with a lot of room.
Throws it right into the blitz. Had potential, Anthony.
Yeah.
Still a good drive. See if they can get something out of it. Here's Matt Evenson, 6 of 8 on the year, straight ahead from 44 yards, on its way, and it is good. That's a big kick for Matt Evenson, who caresses it over the crossbar. And Oregon leads it 10-0 here over the Cougars.
Well, that was a good drive, and it gets some points out of that drive. To come out of there with nothing, I think you come out there with some points, you give some confidence to the offense. And right here, this is a strong kick. The ball just going right down the middle. No question that was good.
That puts Oregon up 10-0, and so Evenson will have to kick off for the 3rd time today. There's this little fog that's hanging over Autzen Stadium. It was so beautiful this morning, and all the fall colors coming out. But now this fog and wind is starting to hang in over the stadium, as you saw the Carl's Jr. scoring drive. Heck of a drive by Oregon on that one, Anthony. That was they had the fumble that Dixon got back on and got something out of it.
Well, yeah, you're right. Dixon lost that football and was lucky to get it back, but then at the same time, the offense kept their poise. They didn't pick up the 1st down, but they got a field goal from that nice drive that they had.
The forecast is for clear and warm. Right now it's pretty chilly and foggy, so
It's cold.
but I do see the sun over there. I can see the hills lighted up with the sun, so we'll see whether we're in and out of that fog all day here today. So Matt Evenson will kick it off for the third time with 5:19 to go. This is a much shorter kick that's going to come down right at the 10-yard line. Taken there by Dillon, who's dancing around trying to find some room, and he'll take it to the 27, and that's where the Cougars will start for their third possession, each previous possession ending in an Alex Brink interception.
Well, yeah. Really, the Ducks hasn't stopped the Cougar offense. The Cougars and Brinks have stopped them just by throwing the interceptions.
They're going to throw it 102 already through the air, but that's been the rub for Washington State fans. Hey, fine, throw for a lot of yards, but no bowl game, no winning season, 14-20 as a starter. Not a factor early in the Pac-10 is Alex Brink's legacy at Washington State, even though he has career records in yardage, completions, and attempts as well. They try to run it up over the middle, and Kevin McCall gets the carry and will pick up maybe a yard.
Well, any good football team that's playing for a Pac-10 title, going to bowl games, you have to have balance. You got to have offensive protection of throwing the football, and you have to run the football. And if Washington State struggled for years of running the football, it just hurts them overall.
Double tight set. Watch Collins, who's on the near side of the tight end spot. Here's Brink to throw. He'll drop it over to the near side. No Oregon players are over there. And a first down for McCall. And just a broken coverage by the Duck defense, and a first down for the Cougars at the 41.
Well, everybody's probably looking at Jed Collins and the receiver. No one looked at the running back coming out of the backfield. It's almost like a screen, but it's a flare pass coming out to the outside. No one out there. Picks up the first down.
Cougars make a change at the 41. That's their 7th first down of the first quarter. Still 4 minutes to go. Still looking for their first point. They'll try to run it here. And this time there is a hole for McCall, who picks up 13 yards. A little delay to the 47 into Oregon territory. Mark at the 46.
It was a good running play. McCall did a great job of being patient, looking for the hole. It wasn't to his right, it was to his left. Then he finds a little seam and explodes. It's a nice run by the young man.
First and 10, let's see if they try to establish something on the ground now with a little bit of success with McCall. They'll give it to him again. This time he dances and is hit behind the line, and he'll probably lose a yard once they unpile and mark the ball. Kwame Ajaman is there, one of the team captains. This is a chance to hear the sounds of the game, brought to you by AT&T. AT&T is proud to bring you the sounds of the game. AT&T, your world delivered. Second down and 11. Brink out of the shotgun now. The delayed blitz coming. He's going to get hit. Keeps his feet about him, though, and then is tackled from behind. And he'll pick up 7 yards. And the Cougars have a man down back at the 41. Nick Reed makes the play, and see if we can see what happened on the injury here.
Well, Alex Brink does a nice job avoiding the sack.
There you see the injury.
Keeping his feet, yeah, there's an injury.
Micah Hannum, the injured
And then get close to a first down.
Micah Hannum is the offensive lineman down from Gig Harbor, Washington.
USC 7, Arizona nothing. First quarter. Boston College.
And this one looks to be a serious injury as well, which just you hate, absolutely hate.
Yes, you do.
Part of the game.
It is part of the game, and it's interesting when guys get hurt. The guy who's the second spot has to jump up there and take over, but you feel for the young man who's playing the game and gets injured, because now he may be done, has to deal with rehab and all things like that. So it's a tough situation.
Hey fans, the 2000 slogan, Feel the Earth Quack. Shirts can be purchased at all Duck store locations or online at goducks.com. All the great Duck Shop locations around the state of Oregon. Here at Autzen Stadium Duck Shop, over on campus, Valley River Center Duck Shop, Washington Square in Bend, in the Mill District down there in Bend.
The athletic department invites all duck fans, 12 and under, check out the Junior Duck Club.
Overall, Anthony, this year in the conference, when you break some things down from these two guys, you know, the one thing you look at is the efficiency number. You know, Dennis Dixon first in the conference in efficiency, and seeing two of the best quarterbacks in the league here today. We saw another good one in Nate Longshore a couple of weeks ago. Both with 17 touchdowns.
Well, those are two very good Pac-10 quarterbacks, and I guess you can take them and compare them to the nation. Very good quarterbacks.
Today, Brink is out to a start in yardage, but has 2 interceptions, and Dixon has managed an Oregon offense to score on their first 2 drives of the game with 2:55 to go here in the first. Might have to stay warm. It's starting to really chill off here at the stadium, getting cold. Dennis is so, I'm sitting there, sometimes so quiet and introspective. 3rd and 4. Brink to throw. Plenty of time. Delivers it, and it's incomplete. I don't think he delivered a